entire Soulmask, and we're gonna talk about what type of weapon is in which tier from D to S. So it's gonna be really interesting, but this gonna be only my opinion. So your opinion could be, of course, different than me. But this is my 5,000 hours experience on the game. So let's get into it to see which one gonna be S tier and which one gonna be D tier and the worst weapon in the game. So I'm gonna also explain between each tier that I'm putting my opinion why. For example, this weapon going on S, and I'm gonna we're gonna talk about it together. So I also have four bow over here. If you guys have a question why there is four bow here, one of them is longbow, one of them is rapid bow, one of them is normal bow, and one of them is great bow. So that's why I put all of them. So maybe for some people it's a little bit confusion. So we're gonna start with the melees first, and we put the bows at the end. So we're gonna start with my favorite one with the spear, and of course it's S tier because the spear is the most important in every player's PvP mode to be having the spear ability to be fast. Maybe you don't even use the spear that you do because it's when you're standing still, it does a lot of damage depending on your NPC. So uh, with the combination of the damage and like you can do with the spear ability, it's S tier. S tier means how many people currently using it on meta. We can also think it that way, and it's also my personal opinion. So spear gonna be the S tier. One-handed sword, maybe I put it on A. Of course, it's a popular weapon to use, not really as a S tier, but it's kind of like a support weapon to use it for turn slash ability to don't get that much of a damage from archers. Of course, it's not gonna be that important to be on S tier, but it's also not that bad to be on a B tier. So we put it on A. I think A is a good place for one-handed sword. It's a good support weapon to always have if you got the right ability. Also, gonna mention the low strike ability, that it's some kind of damage part of one-handed sword. Not really that OP. I don't like it, to be honest. I don't like it. If someone would be a main one-handed sword low strike, he would put it on S, but for me it's A. Let's talk about shield. Shield, I think, is important, not that important to be on A and S. I think it's a B. I would use the shield mainly to block and drain the crossbow towers in a raid, and also archer blocking. So it's you kind of need to have it always, but not that important to be A and S. I think shield could be B, and it's fine if you also don't have it. So shield, it's in a mid tier, we can say. It's a good thing to have, also like a support weapon. Some people building some crazy NPCs with shield bash and go full damage with shield, blocking incoming attacks and giving back the enemy like 100% the damage they do and stuff like that. For their specific way of playing the game that way, shield could be even S, but for me it's a B, I think. We call about the gauntlets. Where can be a gauntlets go? Gauntlets can be A, I think. Just because, not A, maybe B. No, I think it's a A because the healing cutting affection from the ability slamming earthquake or something from gauntlets is just too overpowered. It's kind of become a meta right now. Everyone using it for that ability to just cut your healing. So when a guy goes to Zonia, like the stoning ability from the torch mask, this ability from the gauntlets gonna stop the guy from healing inside the passive, the ability of the torch mask. So you kind of stopping him from healing. So he didn't get out of the problem by just using the Zonia. So it's really important to have this gauntlets ability to use, and since most of the people using it currently in the meta, I put it on A. It could be also B because maybe not many people knows about it, but it's currently on A, I think, for me. Here, the mighty dual blade. Of course, it's gonna go on S because the dual blade is the only DPS weapon on pure PvP in Soulmask. So, if you want to do like the highest damage possible, like in the short amount of time, of course, you use the dual blade. Dual blade with alcohol, flammable alcohol, jump attack is always the most weapon you can do, and it's a lot of damage. So I put with no doubt the dual blade on the S tier, and I think most of the people will agree with me. Hammer is another S tier weapon, is like one of the most favorite weapon between all Soulmask players, just because the F ability, the passive on Hammer, makes you get 50% less damage over 10 seconds. That's huge. You basically, every people just use this F ability then go to fight. So it's an S tier for sure. The greatsword, I put it on A because it's more kind of a support weapon, but some people use it on main weapon with the yellow legendary ability from the sword to do anti-heat lifesteal type of thing. But to me and to many other people who use the greatsword on raid and defense, just to hook people out of their position. So the trust strike ability on the greatsword will make you to get the player out of his door and put him outside. That's just a free weapon. Just because of that ability, I put him on A, and I'm always using that ability. So it's kind of a good weapon tier. We can put it like that. Next one, we're gonna talk about the great bow. I put the great bow and the rapid bow on the top S tier because as an archer, the best weapon, the best bow to use is either great bow or rapid bow. Just because of that, that great bow will knock the enemy and send him to coma if you do a heavy attack. And the only way to use this great bow gonna be on defending or kind of raiding. So you do a heavy charge from the safe location that you are. You cannot be using it in open field because you are in danger. Anyone gonna push you out and you're gonna die. So the great bow gonna be with the right perks like Pendef and the Mine Hard Union and stuff like that on your NPC. With the great bow, you're gonna do a lot of damage, and it can be a finisher. So a guy who's half HP gonna comes into the fight, he don't check that you are full charge bow, gonna one shot him and do around 6k crit damage. So the great bow is an S tier for me. And if you're not that type of player to use great bow, of course you use a rapid bow to use the divine power perk to shoot 3 arrow at a time, 3 poison steel arrow at a time. Use the divine slow effect with archery master slow effect. Of course the rapid fire with the shooting the fastest possible gonna be the option. So these two gonna be on S tier. And we're gonna talk about the normal bow. I put it on C. No, sorry. The normal bow it's going on D because why ever you would like to use a normal bow, there is no use of this. If you want to use a normal bow, you use the mysterious bow that you get from the dungeon. That's just to because it does the highest damage, and that's the only type of bow you can get from the mysterious dungeon. So that's why you use a normal bow. But and actually like a enhanced bow, you're never gonna use a normal enhanced bow. And the normal longbow gonna be on C tier because the only effect you're gonna use a longbow rather than a great bow gonna be that doing damage through the shield. So when enemy holding a shield in front of you, when you're shooting with the longbow, there is a chance that your arrow go through the shield. But anyway, I tested it's just do a very low amount of damage that is not even worth to do it. So just because of that, it go from D to C, one tier higher. So my opinion gonna be the weapons in Soulmask this tier from D to S, and I hope you guys also agree with me. So this was the all the tier weapons. I hope you guys enjoyed this tier rating video on Soulmask. Be tuned, guys, that the new update from Soulmask coming in spring 2026. So we're gonna have a lot of tutorials, PvP, and everything on the new map coming soon. So if you want to get more videos from Soulmask. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button to get every video that's coming the first. And thank you guys for watching. If you have more opinion from the videos, make sure to put it down below in the comments. See you guys in the next video.